Hi, I'm Halima. I'm 21 years old. It was September, I think it was Labor Day, like the Sunday, and I was at work, and at that point I was like going to school, and I'm like 2 hours away from here, and I was at work, and I came home from work, and like that weekend was Labor Day weekend, and then because I knew like on Tuesday my other little brother, he was supposed to go to school at Central, so I called my mom and we talked about, like, we argued about who was gonna take him to school and stuff, and my little brothers were like, oh, you're gonna have to take us with you or whatever, and I was like, okay, we'll see. And I was watching my little brother's story, and he was like, they were all at the lake, and in my head I was like, damn, they never invited me to the lake. And so I was just like sitting there kind of like upset because I was like, nobody ever does anything when I'm home. So I think like 10 minutes after I like got off the phone with my mom, I was like in my room just chilling when my cousin texted me, and he was like, I'm sorry for your loss. And I was just like, what are you talking about, you know? Like, it just came out of nowhere because literally like 10 minutes before everything, like it just happened so fast, and everybody else, like a lot of my family found out before I did. Like everything, it just happened in a span of like 10 minutes. Like, so yeah, my cousin basically told me what had happened, and yeah, I don't know, I kind of just got in a shock, and I don't know. My friends had to drive me back like 2 hours back, and between those 2 hours, they were looking for both my younger brothers, and like they couldn't find them. And in my head, I was like, oh, I just hope that like they're good. I just hope it wasn't anything serious. Cause like in my head I was like, I know they can swim. Like they're swimmers. I know that they can swim better than me. And I know this because I'm the only person in my family that can't swim. So I don't even attempt it. I don't try it. You know, so I was just like, oh, it's probably nothing. But they were underwater for so long, and in my head I was like, maybe you can survive 40 minutes underwater. You know, I don't know. But like when I came, like we was halfway here, and it was confirmed that they passed away, and I just came to the hospital, and it was just, I don't know, everything happened and I wasn't really there. Kind of blamed myself for the week, but yeah, it was two of them. Ramazani, he was 15, he would be 16 now, and Hamadi was 14, he'd be 15 now, and they were like, I don't know, they were like my best friends, you know, kind of, they're not really the middle child like my little sister is, but like Ramzan especially was like the most vocal person in our family. Like our family, most of us, we do not talk to anybody. We don't say too much. We just stay out of the way. But Ramzan was very vocal, and he was always the one that would like irritate a member of our family. Hamadi was, I think, the most quiet person. Like Ramzan was the loudest person, was the loudest sibling, and Hamadi was like the quietest. He kept to himself a lot. They were just like two opposites, but because they were born like 10 months apart, they were like the closer members, you know. And yeah, like apparently when I had got there, apparently they were like with my youngest siblings, and one of them fell under, and the other one tried to get him, and it just didn't. Yeah, you know, things just happened. But yeah, honestly, they were like the coolest members of our family. Things get really quiet now at home when they're not there, because they, like I said, the most vocal member, the most quiet member, and like Hamadi was the only person I watched anime and stuff with, because he was into what I was into, and Ramzan used to always ask me for my Netflix and stuff, and he was just irritating, but like, I don't know, I just never would have expected it. Yeah. Before this happened, I've only had like maybe once or twice that I'd ever been in the water. The first time I tried to swim, I almost drowned. I was way younger. It was a really bad experience, and it was kind of like in my head, like when I was younger, I was like, oh, that was embarrassing. I'm not telling nobody about that, because it happened in a pool, and I just tried to jump in the deep end and try to do it myself, but you know, everything just faded black. It didn't work out well for me. So I was like, I'm never gonna try to swim again. They tried to teach me, and I just didn't end up learning. And I think I went to like a lake one other time, but I was like, nah, I'm not swimming. So I don't really swim, but I really think that it was like a skill that you need to have, because in my head I was like 80% of the world is water, you know, like. But yeah, it was like when it happened, it was really like public, because like I said, it was Labor Day weekend. And another thing was a lot of people were there, but a lot of people that were at the lake also couldn't swim. So it was just basically the blind leading the blind, you know? So, when everything happened, there was a couple people that like attempted. I think there was a kid that tried to get my brother out, but he was like smaller, and he's not like heavy, but he's very muscular. So he tried to grab at him, but he couldn't he couldn't help him at all or anything. So a lot of people, the fact that it was really like it happened in such a public place at such a really like, you know, loud type of day. Like, I don't know, everybody's out for Labor Day weekend. Everybody's at the lake. The news was on it immediately, and a lot of people came over to our house. A lot of people, like, they talked to us about his gifts. They helped us, you know. And one of my friends, she made a GoFundMe. So did our realtor, who helped us get a new house. She also made a GoFundMe, and it was just a lot of positivity in like the comments, like on the Facebook comments for the news side stuff. So like people were really there for us, and people helped us even especially when we needed to like move out, because you know it was just something that my mom couldn't take, being the house for like after all that. So everybody was really helpful. You know, the community was really there for us. I can thank them for that. That's one thing. I wish somebody would have known, somebody maybe older or like somebody larger, like an adult, knew how to swim. And like I just wish that the people that were there were just there faster. And I also wish that the lake had lifeguards. But the city was kind of just like, yeah, we can't really afford to pay lifeguards. So I just kind of wish there was like a lifeguard around, or like somebody else that could swim, that could like see the situation and be fast about it. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I just miss being able to like yell at somebody, or being able to watch, you know, anime with, or being able to like open their door and just bother them because they hated when people was in their spaces and stuff, or just lay in their beds and just talk. You know, just about different things, about shows, about like if our parents irritated us about something, you know. But like, I don't know, I guess the memory was maybe that summer, especially that summer, I taught my little brother Hamadi how to cook, and I just, you know, that's just something I miss, because he was very open to cooking. He was open to do a lot more than everybody else in the family. Like, if I was like somebody sweep the floors, he was the only person that would be like willing to do it. I can't get nothing out of Ramzani. I wasn't gonna try with him, but Hamadi was really like, he would do chores without like having to beg him to do anything. He would help me cook sometimes, even when I was like, you don't have to, you know. And I remember with Ramzani, he's funny. I don't know, there's a lot that I could talk about. I remember one time, before I had gone like on a trip, I was talking to them about feet size, and we were comparing our feet, and they were like, yeah, you're very weird. But I think that's one thing. Yeah, something I like to share is that if you can, like, honestly, when everything happened, I was just so upset with everybody that was there, because I felt like, you know, they heard it. They heard my brothers crying out for help. I just feel like for real, I feel like people should know how to swim, or people should be able to help others, because sometimes it's not even just the swimming part, it's the like getting trapped in something, because there was like a lot of like algae or whatever like under the lake, or like on the lake floor, and like they could get caught in it. Like, just somebody there to like help them get loose. I just wish there was somebody that could like swim, you know, or someone that was quick enough, that was fast enough to, you know, see the situation that was at hand and be able to help. Yeah, or call the police. You know, I don't know. I feel like another thing was nobody really took action until it was like way too late. So yeah, and my mom, she was with the younger kids, and they were like well, my mom can't swim, but she tried, and they were like at a whole nother area. So I feel like the people that were there near the lake at that time, like at least somebody could have done something, like call the police, something faster, you know. But yeah.